So this channel has always been one about the basics, and most of you know, for those of you who followed for a while, my intention with this channel was simply to answer questions that were asked of me. So what I actually wanted to do was make about 6 or 8 videos on how to do OMAD and walk away. I was never going to do any other videos for this channel. Interest was shown and I ended up jumping in and doing a few more. Thus, you are here. But I'm going to leave you today with what I think will add value to your life. Obscure OMAD tips that you probably haven't heard before. These are for motivation and for lifestyle adjustment. Number 1, practice throwing away food. I have talked before about the poverty habits, and one of them is hoarding food, keeping stuff in the fridge that's been there for too long. This is one of the most important things you can apply to your life. Get rid of old food. At least once a week, go through your fridge and try your damnedest to get rid of old food. It is such an important point. And I did a video years ago, which this ties in with, on poverty habits and also throwing away leftovers. Beware of leftovers, because leftovers are your brain getting into that dark place where you start to have to ration food. You feel like, oh, I can't get rid of this. The reason the squirrels bury nuts in the backyard is because their programming is taking over, because they don't know when they're going to eat again. That's the way it is with your body. You never know when you're going to eat again. So your lizard brain is going to make you start to crave and start to fight to hold on to things. You want to get out of that phase. So try this. For the first month of OMAD, for those of you starting for the first time, or those of you starting again, try to eat a different meal every day and try to eat something freshly cooked every day or eat out every day. So if you're going to go out and get something, do that. Make that your day's meal. If you're the type who loves to cook and you're isolated for whatever the reason, cook something fresh every day. This will revolutionize your brain's functioning to get out of the scarcity mindset. This perhaps is the most important point I'm going to make in this list. Not to mention, this keeps you from getting sick by throwing away old meat. How many of you are guilty? I've been guilty. I've been guilty 100 times. I went through yesterday and I decided to just throw out a whole bunch of stuff. Yes, you will waste money, but that happens because remember, you are more rich than you know. That's why you should try at least the first month or maybe the second month on OMAD. Go to a buffet. You'll want to splurge, but what you're going to do is you're going to find that if you stay in control, go to your buffet, get one plate just as you would any other time. You're going to waste money, but you are worth it because you will master your foods. You'll be getting a fresh, hot meal, and you will feel strangely motivated to continue your OMAD journey and not quit. Try it. It is completely counterintuitive, I know, but it is something that you should really enjoy doing. Number 2, start monomealing or else narrowing down your meals. Now, this is important because a lot of the buzz you hear today are from keto channels or carnivore channels. And I follow all of them, and you guys know I don't recommend keto or carnivore. But the reason they're having success is because they're narrowing their focus by getting rid of foods that are not good for them, that they've become allergic to. So someone who's been eating cookies, cakes, breads, and a lot of pastas and things like that, what they're doing is, by going to something like carnivore, they're switching away from things that aggravate them. Now, it's the fact of life where you might be 25 years old and can handle all the pasta you can. By the time you get 37, you may have developed an allergy to that. Same thing with wheat and even legumes. And I've told you guys before, I have it to where my hands, if I get too many legumes, if I go for like 3 weeks with nothing but legumes, I'm going to get my hands tingle in a very weird way, and they get hot. And then if I stop for 2 days, I'm back to normal. I'm good as new. But it's that way that you know things about your body. Some of you have weird allergies and you break out in rashes. It's probably because you're allergic. So the secret to that is to start monomealing. Have an OMAD meal where you go out and you have stew, or you have just eggs and bacon, or it doesn't have to be monomealing. It can just be a limited food type. Having only starch, or having only meat, or having going out and having something that is simple. So try it. Have a meal where you only have roast one day. You only have eggs and bacon one day. You only have some sort of beef or some fatty meal. You're going to find that strangely your body can digest it better, because digestion is a competition game of enzymes. If you eat a lot of fruit, your body has the enzymes in that fruit to digest it easily, and it's going to quickly be burned off. But if you have a lot of meat, it's going to stay with you longer. You're going to feel more full, and then you're going to have an easier time digesting it. So it won't be like you divided your plate 30 different ways. You say, I'm going to have some fruit, I'm going to have some cake, I'm going to have a hot dog, I'm going to have roast, I'm going to have rice, I'm going to have broccoli. The more you divide your OMAD meal into choices, the less you enjoy those choices. Say it ain't true. How many of you have tried it? I know the old pros, those of you who've been OMADing a while know this. Whereas if you split your plate into two things, rice and roast, or potatoes and meat, or anything, you'll find that you enjoy it more, because you get to enjoy foods that have more of a lined up taste profile. Big thing about taste profiles is that you enjoy foods you've been programmed to enjoy. So going out and getting tacos is a good day for me because I enjoy what comes on a normal taco. And I'm talking about just a regular taco. But if I try to make a taco that has weird food choices, I enjoy it less. Especially, as we said, the more choices that are involved, the worse it gets, because you're creating a taste profile that is not you. And that's why I do not like habaneros and spicy foods on pizza. It doesn't make sense to me. I want habaneros and spicy peppers on Mexican food, because that's the taste profile. And when you honor your taste profiles, you tend to enjoy your meal more, and you go throughout the day and you feel satisfied. So have something mono meal or close to. Have at least one day. Maybe you haven't had your meal today. Go into the kitchen and have just some ground beef lightly cooked. Drain it of the grease and have only that. Maybe sprinkle some cheese on top for taste. And you're going to find you have a great day, because your body has less time digesting. It has to take less effort. Those of you with IBS or autoimmune disorders, you need to hang on my every word there. Simpler OMAD meals are the key to success. Those of you who have failed on OMAD before, you need to heed my warning here. Keep your food choices simple and keep them fresh, as per our first point. And you're going to find that you can start again, and you'll have a better journey this time. You'll be able to stay the course. So that's it for today.